Julene, and welcome to my visual astrology blog for the week of October 21st through October 28th. I do want to put this out every Friday for you guys. We have quite a few things to watch for this week. Venus and Mercury are going to be visible in the evening sky just after sunset. Jupiter is going to rise just after sunset and be visible all night long. Mars will rise in the middle of the night, and Saturn will rise just before dawn. So we are going to be able to observe all of the planets this week. We also have a meteor shower tonight, and we'll be able to watch the moon as it passes from Mars to Saturn, conjoins the sun at the new moon in the middle of the week, and then joins Mercury and Venus in the evening sky. So I have this set right now for 6:30 p.m. on Friday, October 21st, just at sunset. So you should be able, if you look out, to see Venus in the west-southwest, low above the horizon. It's winter here in the northern hemisphere, so the ecliptic is low to the horizon because of the way Earth is positioned as it orbits the sun. So if I advance this to 6:45, Mercury still isn't very bright. It's going to set by 7, and Venus will set shortly after 7. As the week goes on, here's the 22nd. I want you to watch Mercury and Venus as they travel through Libra. We won't be able to see these stars, but the star that's right here, this scale here, is Zubin el-Ganubi. The star up here is Zubin Eshmali. This one here is Gamma Libra. Over here is Antares, the heart of the Scorpion. All right, here's the 23rd. Now Mercury might be bright enough to see. Okay, so on the 23rd, which is Sunday, start looking for Mercury to see if you can locate it in the evening before he sets. And again, it's going to set by 7 p.m. Okay, but by then also Antares will be visible. The star you see up here is Arcturus in the constellation Boots. I'm going to go back so we can keep track of Mercury. Now here is Monday the 24th. Tuesday the 25th, Wednesday the 26th, Thursday the 27th, and this is when the moon joins in, and I'm going to have more on that a bit later, and then Friday the 28th. Okay, so you can see that Mercury and Venus have moved from where they originally started here over at Zubin Eshmali, and they've come and they've passed Zubin el-Ganubi, and they're heading here towards Gamma Libra. Now I'm going to go back to this evening, the 21st. I'm going to go back to 7 p.m. and we're going to take a look at the eastern horizon so we can watch for Jupiter. Okay, Jupiter's is traveling in the constellation Aries right now, so about 7:15 you'll be able to locate Jupiter. This is Hamal in the head of Aries that you'll see above there. Some of these other stars that you'll see at this time belong to Andromeda. The Great Square of Pegasus is up here. If I go a little later at night, we'll be able to see it. So this here is what you notice as part of the Great Square of Pegasus, and then it includes another one over here. So would you see a big square in the sky? That's Sheet. That's Alganib, and this is Markab. Okay, so those are three of the main stars that make the big square of Pegasus that you'll notice when all these other things aren't popping into view. Okay, so there's Jupiter. This is the 21st. Jupiter is rising all week just after sunset. He'll rise a bit earlier every night. He'll start out rising about, what did I say, 7:15? Yeah, and by the end of the week, if I go here to the 28th, next Friday, you'll see that he rises about 6:45. Okay, so Jupiter's going to rise a little earlier every night, but he's still going to remain pretty much in the same location in the sky. Now what's important tonight is we have the Orionid meteor shower. So we want to know when is Orion going to come above the horizon so that we can watch this shower. Alright, so we're at 10 p.m. This is 11 p.m. Orion is starting to come above the horizon. The real bright star in Orion is Betelgeuse. We come up here to 12. The stars of Orion that you see are Betelgeuse, Bellatrix, Rigel, and I am not quite sure how to pronounce this one. It's Safe. I believe it's Safe. And then these three here in the middle you see, and then the nebula is right there. Now, so after midnight, we can start looking for shooting stars. Okay, now shooting stars happen when Earth passes through dust and debris left behind in the trails of comets. Okay, comets leave trails of rocks, ice, all sorts of space junk. And when Earth passes through them, some of that space junk enters into our atmosphere. Our atmosphere burns them up and we see shooting stars. Okay, so this shower is called the Orionids because we locate it in the constellation Orion. That's where the shooting stars are going to be. Earth passes through this dust and debris that's left behind by, for this particular shower, it's Halley's Comet, which is technically Comet 1P Halley. Now, the shower is active from October 17th through October 25th, so you may have already seen some shooting stars, but it peaks in the middle of that, and the middle of that is tonight. Okay, and the higher it gets in the sky, the more meteors we're going to be able to see just because we are out of the lights of the horizon, right? It's darker higher up. We don't have any of that interference. So we're going to go ahead here. 1, 2. By 2 o'clock, he's already crossed the zenith. The zenith is way up here. The zenith is if you put your head, your neck straight back and look straight up. That's the zenith. Okay, so Perseus is going to be near the zenith at 2 a.m. But here's Orion at 2 a.m. Mars is about to rise over here. Watch, there comes Mars, followed by the moon. Okay, so on this evening, this is Friday night after midnight, so early Saturday morning, look southeast, 2:30, 3 a.m. for Orion for the meteor showers, for the shooting stars. If you notice the moon, look above it for a red star that's actually going to be the planet Mars. To the left of it is going to be Regulus, which is also red. This is the star, the alpha star of Leo, the heart of the lion. It's a royal star. And these objects are both red, so you need to know that Regulus is next to the moon and Mars is above the moon. And they're pretty close in brightness. Regulus is slightly brighter than Mars. Now, you can tell a planet from a star because planets don't twinkle and stars do. Stars twinkle because, like our sun, they are burning nuclear fusion at their cores. Planets aren't doing that. They're reflecting the light of the sun. Now, there are other reasons why stars twinkle, but that's the main one. So, planets are reflecting the light of the sun. The amount of gases that are in their atmosphere depends on how highly reflective the planet is. Venus is the brightest because her atmosphere is made up of pretty much greenhouse gases. So she's a very gaseous planet, and that's why she's the brightest. Jupiter is the next brightest planet, and Jupiter also has a gaseous atmosphere. All right, so what I want to do now is I want to set this view so that we can watch both horizons at once. Okay, so there's, let's go one more click. All right, here we go. So now we are looking at 3 a.m. Mars and the moon have risen in the east. Jupiter is over here above the southwest sky, and there's Orion in the southeast. We're at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. Now the sun is, we're starting to have dawn, right? We're getting a bit of interference from the sun. You can still see Mars at 7 a.m. It's going to be bright enough. You can still, if we swing over here, see Jupiter. Okay, but now Saturn is going to rise. Okay, here's Saturn on the morning of the 22nd at 7:15. Saturn would have just cleared the horizon. You may be able to locate Saturn on the 22nd. Now I want you to watch the travel of the moon. Okay, so this is Saturday morning, the 22nd. I'm going to go to Sunday morning. There's the moon. Now he's over by the feet of Leo. 24, we're in Virgo. Here's the 25th. There's the 25th. Okay, let me zoom in on this because this is a nice morning to watch. Okay, so here's the morning of the 25th, which happens to be Tuesday morning. The moon, we're heading to the new moon, right? The new moon is on the 26th, so this is going to be a very slender sliver of a balsamic moon that's going to be above Saturn and above Spica. Now at 7 a.m., Saturn is still above the horizon. This is actually a better night, a better time to see Saturn. It's going to be brighter and more noticeable at 7 a.m. than it is at 7:15. Okay, and by the time we get to the 26th, the moon's gone. It's conjoined the sun. And then on the evening of the 27th, we're going to go to sunset so we can watch the new moon come out in the evening. Okay, so this is 6:15, the 27th. I'll back you up to the 26th so you can see the sun-moon conjunction. Okay, there's the new moon, the sun-moon conjunction. The moon was with Saturn on the 25th. We saw that in the morning because Saturn is ahead of the sun. Mercury and Venus are behind the sun. Okay, so the sun's going to set. I do want to go to the 27th. Here's the day after the new moon. There's sunset. So if you are looking in the west-southwest at 6:30 p.m. on the 27th, okay, this is Thursday night, you're going to see Mercury and Venus above the moon. Now at 6:30 you might not see Mercury, but you'll definitely see Venus. But then by 6:45 you should be able to see Mercury. You'll see the tip of the slender sliver. It's going to be the opposite side. Now the sliver is going to be to the right. And then you'll see Mercury and Venus. So there's quite a good number of things to watch for this week. Watch to see if you can track the moon, find Mars and Saturn by using the moon. And then on the evening of the 27th, we've got the moon with Mercury and Venus. And then next Friday, I will pick up and we'll be over here with the moon just past Venus and Mercury. So let me know if this helped you find the planets. Let me know if you happen to catch any shooting stars from the Orionid meteor shower. And if there's anything else you would like to see in this video blog that might help you better, let me have those comments too. And happy sky watching, and I will see you next week.